Juliana Peña against Amanda Nunes. 12-4 for the defending champion Juliana Peña. 21-5 for the former champion Nunes. A 2-inch height advantage for Nunes, but the reach is the same. Higher striking output, higher striking accuracy, higher striking defense. Slightly more on the takedown average for Amanda Nunes as well, but only very, very marginal. But it's 82% takedown defense compared to 22% for Juliana Peña. So the first fight, I think we can agree that Nunes won the first round. She dropped her a couple of times. She got tangled up a little bit on the floor, but was never really in any danger. She just wasn't able to mount much of an offensive because she was in Kimura traps and that kind of thing. And then the second round she came out, and I mean, in my opinion, she just acted like she was going to knock her out this round. So it was like she was just trading power shots. She kept getting stung with the jab, and then she seemed to fade very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And then got backed up against the fence, taken down, choked out.
Yeah. This fight is very interesting. It's very interesting because of all the things that were in play the night that the fight happened. I feel like it's like Clue, that you're trying to find out the murder.
Yeah.
As if you think about it, it was Kayla Harrison there.
Mm-hmm.
She hadn't signed anything, right? It was like the setup. Like Juliana was just a setup for her to fight, Kayla, and it'd be this giant money fight. But Kayla's in the same ATT team. There's apparently talks about, like information being leaked, which doesn't surprise me at all. It's, it's a big team. If you're going for the belt,
But Nunes had left at that point, hadn't she? She'd already left.
No, I think she was still there.
Was she?
Yeah, she was still there because ATT was in her corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's
still left now, though, hasn't she?
Yeah, no, she's left now. She's opened up her own gym and stuff. But, yeah, going into that fight, apparently she had a knee injury as well. So she was kind of working through it in the way that I'm just so much better than you that I'm not going to take you as serious of a threat as I possibly or as I should. And that comes with having 7 first-round finishes and 12 consecutive wins. What I found interesting in this fight, if we take all of that aside, which is like the mentality and her, the new gym and all of that. Take all that aside. If we look into the fight, or that this is at least my opinion, in the first round, I mean, Amanda just controlled the whole thing. It can she knocked her down twice within 90 seconds and then already had a takedown and had her back. But when she was going for a choke, Juliana was kind of going for like this awkward straight arm lock that you're not going to get it.
No.
But it's like, it's annoying. It's uncomfortable. Something that Amanda might have been like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Just slowed it down though, didn't it?
Yeah, it's unorthodox. And then she like turned to her and was trying to go for this Kimura that she did a great job at putting in her butterfly hook to really threaten a sweep or something, which I felt Amanda could have, what do you call doing this move?
Limp leg.
Yeah. Or like limp her arm the other way.
It was her arm, you mean?
Yeah, with the Kimura.
Yeah.
She could have done that. Because if we saw the way she took her back in the first round, she used this hook to then make Juliana turn to the back. So I don't think that she doesn't have better grappling, if that makes sense.
I just think she gave up. I mean, Juliana Peña's hooks weren't even close to being in when she was already tapping.
I don't think she was under the neck either. But anyway, second round, she goes to her stool, and then she's like, she's going for that neck, right? So like in the half guard, when you're going up, you can go for the choke. She's going for the neck, and the corner is like, listen, stop with that Kimura. Just focus on your fight. Just keep pressuring. This is what you want. This is what you want. So that seemed to me like the game plan that people have when they fight Cyborg. It's just like, take a whole bunch of punches because you're going to tire her out and we're going to beat her that way.
The Homer Simpson game plan.
Yeah, like a lot of people have that, right? So then the second round started, and then Amanda's going forward with this I'm going to knock you out pressure, and Juliana is just turning slightly with her angle. So that when she's hitting her, Amanda is kind of on her back heels. And she's connecting first but going second. So Amanda's kind of building up because it's just like, I didn't hit you this time. I'm going to hit you, It's kind of like when you're trying to whack a fly and you're really mad at it. You start whacking even more, like even harder. But Juliana just kept, I don't know if she meant to do it or or if it just kind of happened, but every time she was just circling slightly towards that power side. But since she was landing first, it was interrupting Amanda's attacks. So she was able to land her own offense, to which Amanda was getting a bit disheartened and throwing with even more intention, more power. And maybe in her head, it started the, shit, I didn't have full training camp. All these people talk shit. Oh my God, what's going on? Kayla's over there, and that might have started to play into attack. And then Juliana started getting the better strikes because I feel she had a better angle. Because I don't think she's as strong. And if we look at the Cyborg fight with Amanda and, Cyborg, it's the same but the opposite. If I feel like if you just look at the footwork on where they're at, Cyborg was Amanda in that situation, and Peña was Amanda, and she was able to get the knockout. Like, I know it finished differently, but that able to like intercept the punches and going towards the power side to get a better angle is what she used against somebody who has so much confidence that they're just going to knock you out.
So do you think she can beat her again?
No.
So you think Nunes wins?
Yes, it a little bit worries me how much media Juliana Peña's done.
What about the fact that Nunes has started her own gym though, and she's not got her normal setup?
I mean, that might be a good thing. Maybe some of the coaches would just have you do the same thing, and it just becomes a routine, and you're just like, oh, I'm sick of it. And everybody keeps asking her, how do you have this motivation? How do you keep going? And maybe this is something that like revives her. It can also be a danger. Maybe there's not as many people to push her, but I don't feel like she needs that anymore. A lot of these top fighters that have already had so many fights are starting to not even spar, because they're like, I already know how to fight. Like Yair isn't sparring anymore. I'm not saying that she's not sparring. I'm just saying that when you've been through so much already and learned so much already, maybe what you need is something different than what somebody coming up needs. I feel like I've just talked this whole time.
So which way are you going? Nunes?
Yeah, I'm going with Nunes.
How?
Maybe she chokes her.
You reckon, yeah? What, to make a point?
Yeah, to make a point. She's probably worked on it a lot, and it's the talking point of Juliana Peña, like that she would be able to out-grapple her. But Amanda had her back in the first round. I know she lost, but if we look straight at the grappling, she was doing a fantastic job, and she was winning these exchanges before I feel she kind of just had enough of the fight.
I think she's going to start steady and try and get Juliana Peña to attack her and use her kicks this time around. Lead low kick, front kick to the midsection, and try and use that side-to-side movement because Peña is so flat-footed. I feel like if Nunes decided she wants to out-kickbox her, she could have done, but she just invested too much in trying to knock her out in that second round. And I think her takedown defense is good enough to... Well, I mean, every time Juliana Peña ties up, she should be able to reverse it. The fact that she was taken down was more that she was exhausted than anything. Like, if you watch the takedowns that she defended against Sarah McMahon, who's a very, very strong wrestler, when she's fresh, she's got good balance and good strength and good awareness. She just had enough at that point by the time Peña started to take her down.
And Sarah had Juliana Peña's back as well.
Yeah, but then Juliana Peña took Sarah McMahon down when Sarah got tired in the third round. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of... the sign is that if Nunes doesn't win the first round, then most likely Peña's odds get better each round the fight goes on. But I think Nunes is going to start off steady to kind of manage her energy in that first round and probably stop her in the second this time around.
Yeah. It's just that, like, just being so eager to finish that you
TKO end up, as well.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna want to try and hurt her. All right, so we're going the same way for the main event, but I think she's gonna beat her up, and you think she's gonna sub her.